Hi everyone, welcome to Mademoiselle Afrobelli. It is a pleasure to have you tune into this first video from the channel. Here you can find regular enchanted messages for the destined travelers who find themselves attuned to the more subtle and magical realms of the divine. Mademoiselle Afrobelli is part of Afrobelli.com, a healing house where traditional healing, tarot and astrology readings are provided. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell and the like button. If you enjoy this video, be sure to explore my sister channels, Lenéa and Afrobelli. They are linked in the description. I hope you appreciate this video and I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section. Now let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to start with a divine feminine, divine masculine message for the collective. It goes without saying that this reading is for those who resonate with it. I'd like you to think about your person, your significant other, someone who's on your mind or in your heart. And we're going to see what messages come up. So I call in my ancestors and my guides to support me on this journey. Right, let's have a look. And I hope everyone's doing very well, whatever day you do see this reading. Okay, so when I look at this, I can immediately see that there's an energy here of someone who's done a lot of work on themselves. So I can see that you must have been in a process, most likely years, where you've been working on yourself, working on your self-esteem, dealing with things that have transpired that you really didn't see coming, dealing with unexpected secrets. And a big theme behind this is you clearing the connections that you have to people from the past who no longer serve you on this journey, and you coming into a space of wholeness so you can take care of you and any dependence that you may have with a new sense of courage and the ability to do something that you may have lacked before, which is to communicate when necessary your truth. The truth about who you are, what your needs are, what your values are. This is something that you've had to work through in order to kind of hone your own being into a better space. So I can see that your self-worth has come up in question and is saying that now you've done so much work, you've nourished yourself in so many beautiful ways. Okay, and come to terms with who you are. It's time to become much more brazen and intentional and like to live out loud, to be confident in regards to something that you have to communicate, something that you want to say. Some of you are trying to attract love. Some of you are trying to attract circumstances that you feel you're more fulfilled by. This could be work, your spiritual growth. There's some cultivation that you've done and it's now time to speak up. So in the context of divine masculine, divine feminine, I feel more so from the feminine, an energy of needing to communicate how she feels and coming into a new chapter after really having to I'm laughing because I'm thinking execute, excavate, cut, use your cutlass of discernment and literally free yourself from a past life to come into this space. So let's go into the energies. I want to see the energies between the masculine and the feminine. And I can see a bit more into what's happening right now. All right, thank you, Spirit. Please show me the energies here. Thank you in advance. Oh. Okay. just pulling out the cards to see what's going on. I hope you can see all of them actually. Right, so it feels like, wow, I can definitely feel like the feminine is holding back. There's been some communication. There has been, but both the masculine and the feminine are coming up as being very much in their heads. In their heads, what are you thinking about? Let me just move those cards. So with the feminine, I can see that you're holding back your true affections. You may be planning, but I do see an uncertainty coming. And I just feel like the feminine isn't being 100% true to herself. Maybe you're drawn to someone, for those of you who are single, for example, but you're holding back because of fear. You might want to see how the other person feels. Okay, and I feel like the feminine is definitely seeing this person as a new opportunity for a more healthier relationship, a more healthier type of exchange than might have been experienced before. I do see 5 months to 5 years or more of grief and like painful situations that have occurred in the energy or in the life of the feminine. Okay, and I can see that this is the reason why she's stuck. But the thing is, I do feel like there's some method to this being stuck. It's not like you're planning to stay stuck. You may be trying to work your way through your feelings and figuring out how to open up. I can definitely see you want to be honest. You want to open up your heart or your soul to this person. You want them to do the same. You actually want to see the light, meaning the feminine might not be sure how the masculine feels about her, even if it's a past connection. Now, you two are mirroring each other, but for different reasons. I guess it's for the same reason. I think both of these people have been through quite a lot. They've given a lot in love, and they're both in a space where, well, specifically with the masculine, I can see him holding back. But the holding back that he's doing is to safeguard himself from being vulnerable. He's anxious about this connection. Because of the communication that's happened, because of the opening up that I feel has come from the feminine, I see anxiety here. I see him thinking. It's not necessarily negative, but it is in the knowing that there's a new chapter ahead for these two, and there's a fear that one, his wounds may be triggered, because wherever he's coming from, the person that he was with before did not take care of his heart. Now, I want to say that these energies are interchangeable. So some of you may find, you might find that you're resonating with the masculine side. It's really about energy as opposed to gender. So wherever you find yourself, just if it resonates with you, it's you. Okay. And I feel like for a smaller amount of people, this feeling of being like tossed aside or mistreated, undervalued, has not only come from the masculine's past relationship, but for a small amount of you, it's come from the feminine previously. It's happened before, so there's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of worrying, a little bit of, oh, I don't want to be hurt again, coming from the masculine. And yet he wants the feminine to come forward, to keep coming forward, to keep coming in, to keep communicating. And he definitely wants something solid. He wants a long-term, lifelong partnership. This is how he's seeing the potential. So clearly whatever's happened, the conflict that's happened, surely for some of you, you've already had some issues with this person. For some of you, he's had conflict, he or she's had conflict with someone else. But it feels like from the masculine side, he's waiting for the feminine to initiate and to see if she's on the same page, to see if she's actually interested in having a stable, healthy, long-term connection. I feel like the masculine needs some type of sign from the feminine in order to be able to speak up and express himself, and he's actually waiting for that. So that's the space that he's in. You know, I feel like the feminine, for those of you who know this person, you want a little bit of forgiveness, and you also want to be able to let go, or, you know, let go of whatever you've experienced as inconsistent love experiences, like people who didn't give you enough, or just someone who was not present when you needed them. You see this connection as someone who could actually get that trust that is a little bit lacking. You might be trusting yourself, but you do feel as the feminine that this is an opportunity, this is a blessing to go into a brand new experience after, you know, much shake-up, and after a lot of reason to become suspicious of others, essentially. You know, and I feel like it is the feminine that's coming forward, right? Because it shows the feminine coming forward, feeling more confident about opening up about how she feels, also seeing this as quite a spiritual connection. And I feel that with the cards that I pulled earlier on about the brazen, it shows that this is coming from the feminine, being brazen, being clear, coming in confidently, so that the masculine can match you, so that the masculine essentially can meet to you where you are, and so you don't keep questioning your self-worth. So let's get the guidance. I'll get the guidance for the masculine first. Thank you. What's the guidance, please? Oh la la. This is beautiful for the masculine. It's saying, you know, you probably didn't see this coming, but you needed this. The masculine needed this connection to turn up, because I don't think that love was even his priority at this stage. He just seems a little bit closed off, reluctant, more so working on his finances and perhaps his legacy because of his past experiences, because of feeling like, well, I haven't found the person that wants me forever and ever, amen. And it shows that for the masculine, the shift that's coming here, the spiritual paradigm shift, the perspective shift is, oh, but this lady, this feminine, could actually be what I want, that I thought I wasn't going to get, I thought I couldn't look for, because it's just not there. So there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of it feels quite spiritual, like this masculine energy is quite spiritual. Maybe the placements in their natal chart makes them more Piscean, 12th house kind of energies coming in, and this is like yeah, spirit speaking to the masculine to show him what is about to go down. So let's see, what's the guidance for the feminine? Oh, this is a great reunion. So for those of you who do know this person already, it was something that it just feels like things became quite harsh, and that may not be the true essence if there was a fallout of this connection. This connection, new or old, has a jovial, really friendly, like upbeat, we're here because we want to be here, celebratory energy. And it's showing to the feminine that when you connect or reconnect with this person, you come in as a friend, but it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life because your structure is about to change. If you're single, you're not going to be single anymore. This is about building and also having ancestral support. Like, the ancestors are very much in support of this. And for those of you who may even be looking for someone to have babies with, I see babies here, lots of them. I see lots of them. And for some of you, it's stability. It's not, as you know, we all have our own definitions of what we want. So essentially, I guess this feels casual, this energy here. But with this is a seed being planted that grows a big, massive oak tree. It's about family. It's about coming together. And it's about a new journey opening up that is very solid. So for some of you, this is marriage. Marriage, definitely. Moving in together, making a higher level of commitment, starting a brand new relationship. For many of you, I can see that as well. Or having some reset in the connection you already have. And it speaks to bringing an end to whatever this scathing, abrasive, painful journey of betrayal and just all the stuff you had to learn. It was a learning lesson. It was things you needed to learn, maybe about the darker side of life, yourself and others. But it's showing that that's come to an end, and now is the time to plant these seeds that are going to bear massive, strong trees and eventually great fruit. So let me just close this off. I'm going to close off with the oracles that I started with, and we'll see how we can wrap this reading up. It's quite a beautiful one. Please let me know what you think, if it is in resonance with you, in the comment section. Right, let's see. Right, thank you, Divine. Thank you, Lenéa. Please show me. Let's see what's going on. So this is a readout. Very gentle, nice introductory read. So we've got the wounded healer and resistance. Oh, this is so on point, so beautiful. And the base card is time to harvest. As I said at the beginning of the reading, a lot of work has already been put in. It's time to harvest. And you can't harvest without planting seeds. But there is resistance that you have to your own essence, to your own nature, and to the needs that you presently have. It's speaking about the resistance being caused by anger, essentially. The wounds that put you off of love. The wounds that made you feel like you had to work on your own duality as opposed to a duality with someone else. But it's saying, but this work has been done now. It's time to harvest a higher level, essentially, of who you are. And in order to do that, it's important to, yes, acknowledge your wounds, but understand that so much healing has been done. I feel basically Spirit is saying this is a new chapter. You may feel like you're still in the old chapter, but you're not. So essentially, the wounds are valid, it's acknowledged, and yet you have been providing healing and support for so many other people, and yet part of your healing now is to open up to cosmic power of being plugged into your person. This is about embracing, accepting meeting and loving your person. It's even about acknowledging a part of your wound is the persons you've experienced. That's what created necessary resistance, which was essentially to protect yourself for healing. Now the healing has been done, you can harvest and come back into another level. It's not the same thing, it's a new level of being with your counterpart. And this is for the divine masculine and feminine. You see the sun and the moon in divine balance. So it's quite a beautiful reading. It's time to give and receive. It's time to share. It's time to receive. A lot of you are really used to giving, and you know it's the truth, and it is still okay to have fearless love, and also your lust, your sexuality, your sacred needs. They are important for this wholeness that you're resisting. It's part of your essence, it's part of your nature, as I said before. Okay, so the guidance essentially is to align with that. Be intentional, allow yourself, prepare for your union with your sacred partner. Okay, there's a time for everything in life, and now is the time. For those who are in alignment with this reading, it is the time for love. It's imminent, it's now, so it's really important. Oh wow, and I guess I'll end with that. Straight from the ancestors, straight from the ancestors, it says, believe in miracles. Believe in miracles. Wonderful. So I really do hope that you have taken something of quality, something to uplift you, to remind you of the sacred being you are, to remind you of your healing journey. I should have said at the beginning that this reading is, all of my readings are done in the knowing, or based on the premise that we are more than flesh and bone and blood, but we are essentially spiritual beings. And it's to that aspect of us that I speak, and that's the reason why I'm not on camera. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the notifications bell, check out afrobelli.com for traditional healing, tarot and astrology readings, and be sure to check out my sister channels, Lenéa and Afrobelli. It has been a pleasure being here with you. Please believe in miracles, believe in who you are, and accept the blessings from your ancestors. Until the next time, take care.